Boxing Promotion, Dr. Jerry Buss, President, Don Fraser, Matchmaker. Your officials for this evening, ringside physicians, Dr. Robert DeLuca and Harbor City's own Dr. Roger Thill. Your timekeeper and counting at the knockdowns, Ernie Snow. Judging the ringside, Lou Filippo and Dick Young. Your referee, Larry Rosadia. At Mike's side, the very versatile Tom Kelly and former heavyweight contender, Jerry Quarry. We're all set to go now. This is your main event of the evening, 10 rounds or less. On my left, from South Tucson, Arizona, weighing 129 pounds, he's the North American Boxing Federation champion, Nico Perez. And on my right, from Mexico City, weighing 129.5 pounds, he wants to be Wilfredo Gomez. He is currently the WBC featherweight champion of the world, Salvador Sanchez.
Salvador Sanchez, 34-1-1. And if you're wondering where the loss and the draw came, he lost to Antonio Becerra early on in his career, and he fought a draw with Juan Escobar here in Los Angeles. That's Larry Rosadia, who'll be the third man in the ring. Nicky Perez with the mustache. Jimmy Montoya giving him some last-second bits of encouragement. They're posing for some pictures. Sanchez has the look of a champion about him, Jerry Quarry. Happy, smiling, confident.
He always seems to be in incredible shape. You know, he lost his first fight in his 16th pro fight after 15 consecutive wins, 14 by knockout. That tells you that's a talented man.
Here we go, round one. This is not a title defense. 129 3/4 for Perez in the dark blue trunks, and Sanchez in the light blue gets nailed with the right hand. He came in at 129.5.
Sanchez is always in good shape for all of his fights. He knows he's a champion, and he has something to maintain. He has that credibility as a champion.
Sanchez, as Danny Lopez characterized him, very tough to hit, very fine boxer. Has a good punch, not a great punch, but extremely tough to locate. He said, I could never hit him with that right hand, the one that he was very famous for. He had a great knockout record. Sanchez took the title from Lopez in 1980, defended it against Danny. Oh,
left hook that hurt Nicky.
Perez was jarred and back on his heels, and Sanchez.
And he's still hurt. He took another left hook that seemed to bother him. You don't have 26 knockouts and 31 wins and not be able to punch.
Boy, he nailed Perez with a left hand, and Perez went right back on his heels.
He gained Perez respect right away.
Minute 40 to go in round one. Sanchez in the light blue, Perez in the darker blue. I'll repeat that the featherweight title is not at stake tonight. This is not a title defense for Sanchez, who has defended it successfully 5 times.
Perez has already gained respect for Sanchez, and he's already changed his tactics. He was being a little aggressive and using that left hand and trying to set up combinations. Now you know he's being a little hesitant in the way he's throwing punches.
Boy, that left hand thrown by Sanchez, a jolter. And Perez was right back on his heels. To his credit, he's in great shape apparently, because he seems to be all right now, scoring with a left hand of his own. Just under a minute remaining in round one. Forum Boxing Club staging this fight tonight. Flurry of punches thrown by the champion.
I have the distinct feeling this fight's not going to go that long, Tom.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Left hand
Hit him high on the forehead, and that punch does an awful lot of damage. It's hit when you hit on the forehead or something like that. It's almost like a concussion.
Perez has been staggered twice now in this round, and he's in trouble. A bit unsure. Comes back with the left hand of his own. 13 seconds. 10 seconds ticking down to the close of round one, and Perez, for one, will be happy to hear that bell.
He landed a pretty good right to Sanchez.
There's the bell, and that's the end of round one. Boy, what a corking opening round between these two top-flight featherweights. You're into the corner with the champion, Salvador Sanchez, who has that look of confidence about him. The man leaning in is Cristobal Rojas. In the corner, Jimmy Montoya talking to Nicky Perez. Beto Martinez is his manager. He's leaning in from the other side.
He's telling him to keep that chin down. He was kind of standing straight up and got hit with a shot flush on the chin, or actually really got hit in the high on the forehead the second time. Tell him to maintain his composure.
Now Sanchez is only 22. Perez is 21 with a lifetime of fights, 51 wins and 3 losses, and only 21 years of age. Started very young. Sanchez 34, 1 loss and 1 draw. Fought a draw with Escobar and lost to Becerra early on. Were you telling me, Jerry, really just learning his trade? And after a series of wins, he got nailed with a loss and then came back and fought a draw, and since then he's been invincible.
Well, it built his character. And you can see what kind of a champion he is now, so I think it built the right kind of character.
And Perez, he lost his first professional fight and then won 41 in a row, and then was knocked out by Gomez in the 5th round in a fight in New York. He also lost to Mike Ayala.
Well, Mike Ayala took Danny Little Red Lopez into the 15th round and was stopped at just the end of the 15th round after giving him trouble, so that tells you something.
This is the 2nd round. Of course, this one's scheduled for 10, but the title is not at stake. Title fights are 15 rounds. And besides, they are over the featherweight limit. Heavy exchange, and Sanchez hits pretty hard, let me tell you. Perez backed off from that exchange.
I think he landed the better of the punches. He did get hit himself, but he takes an incredibly great punch, because Danny did hit him some good shots.
Solid right hand, overhand right by Sanchez, scores again. I tell you, Perez takes a pretty good punch, too.
He does that. When I said Danny, I was alluding to the Lopez fight, yes. Danny Lopez.
Salvador Sanchez, the champion. If you're looking for a rags to riches story, don't look in his corner. His family is quite comfortable in Mexico City, and was when he started boxing, so he is not your street urchin or gamin trying to fight his way up out of a ghetto or a barrio. He's not had that tough a way to go. He's a talented young man.
Isn't it nice to see somebody boxing because he wants to,
yes,
not because he has to?
And he's fond of the ladies. He likes soccer. He likes to fight. He's 22. He's a world champion, and the world is his oyster. 40 seconds remaining in round 2. Gives you an idea how tough he is to hit. Perez threw everything at him, Gary.
He threw 6, 7 consecutive jabs and never came close to hitting his chin.
Sanchez comes back with a left right of his own. Perez is very, very good at slipping and sliding away from punches himself. He must have put out 6 or 7 straight left hands. Good, solid jabs that hit nothing but air. There's one that caught Sanchez.
He did land that one.
And again, he catches Sanchez. That's the end of round number 2. You're looking into the corner with the champion, Salvador Sanchez. Now, Wilfredo Gomez wants his title, and he wants to fight Sammy Serrano for the WBA junior lightweight title.
Well, he wants to be a double champion.
He's at 129 and a half as he stands in the ring tonight. He would have no problem making 130 or 131. I would imagine he could also make 127 quite comfortably. What do you think, Jerry?
Oh, he has no problem. The featherweight limit is 126, and he's defended that title 5 times, so it's obvious he can make that. But he'll step up to the 130-pound division, the junior lightweight title, if he fought Sammy Serrano. And between you and me, I don't think he'd have any problems.
This round 3 scheduled for 10. Nicky Perez, when offered the chance to fight Sanchez, he practically jumped from Tucson to L.A. Perez is just 21 himself. Good left hand by Perez. He's got a nice jab.
He landed a pretty good right hand before that left. Sanchez is probably getting some much needed work in preparation for his fight with Gomez, providing he comes out of this unscathed.
But I tell you, he didn't pick any easy customer as a last go-round before his title defense. I think Danny said he's getting $750,000 to defend against Gomez.
For a featherweight, oh.
I keep talking like that, you'll come out of retirement, champ.
No way, Tom. My fighting days were over a long time ago. It's amazing. Nico Perez has 54 fights at the age of 21. I had 63 in my entire professional career.
Of course, I tell you though, your size and the people you were in against, and they were the best in the heavyweight division. You fought them all. I tell you, one punch from those guys can set you down in the hospital.
It has a couple times. These are both talented fighters, Tom. Salvador Sanchez may go down. Good right hand by Sanchez. And it didn't seem to bother Nicky Perez. You know, sometimes he got hurt in the first round by Sanchez, but sometimes you catch a fighter cold, and later on in it, if you can get him out of there early, sometimes you may not be able to get him out later.
Solid left hand by Sanchez. Staggered Perez for just a split second, Jerry. I'll tell you how good these two guys are. Larry Rosadilla, who's one of the very best officials, hasn't had to do a thing in this fight.
That's the mark of a good fight and a good referee, because he's staying totally out of the picture.
Perez battling Sanchez, the WBC featherweight champion. There's the bell, and that's the end of round 3. East champions bowed to Edmonton in the Grey Cup game. In return for rights to Vince Ferragamo, acquired running back David Green, receiver Keith Baker from Montreal, also reacquired quarterback Tom Clements, the CFL Rookie of the Year, after graduating from Notre Dame in '75. That's part of the galaxy of stars the Hamilton Tiger Cats sport. The Calgary Stampeders, well, their offense is potent, led by running back James Sykes. They're going to meet the 17th of July at 9 o'clock on the first ESPN telecast of Canadian football.
Sanchez seems to be a little more determined this round. He's not moving that much. He's kind of standing flat-footed, maybe ready to see if he can get Nicky Perez out of there, Tom.
We're in round number 4 of the scheduled 10-round featherweight bout. Sanchez the champion, but his title not on the line tonight. Take a moment to thank Bill Griffiths and Roy Hammerman for the outstanding work producing, directing our telecast tonight. The folks from VIP handling all the technical end of it. And our hosts here at the Olympic, Jack Diedelman and Lester Kirshner. And of course, I'll remind you, this is a Forum Boxing Club promotion. Dr. Jerry Buss, president, and Don Fraser, matchmaker.
Wilfredo Gomez coming down to the ringside.
Wilfredo Gomez has come in to sit behind us. He's the super bantamweight champion. He'll be fighting Sanchez August 21 in Las Vegas for the title. Wilfredo Gomez will be. He's in Los Angeles now, sitting right behind me. He's going to have a press conference Monday at the Forum. Gomez is certainly one of the very best of the champions. I don't know if Wilfredo speaks English, but I'm going to try and find out here, Jerry Corey, in a bit.
I think you should. He's an outstanding fighter. Pretty good left hand by Nico Perez. Not a lot of sting on it, but it did land.
45 seconds remaining in round number 4. Perez is the North American featherweight champion. He's in the dark blue. Took a left, landed a right. Left hand may have jolted him a bit. That left hand got a mouse under his left eye, Perez has.
I think he caught him kind of wobbling that, and he caught him kind of off balance there, too. I don't think either one of those punches really hurt.
Perez kind of gives the impression of being a bit rubber-legged, though, Jerry, from time to time. 10 seconds. Round 4 will be drawing to a close. The bell will end festivities in this, the 4th round. Picture as he sits across the way getting ready for round number 5. Behind me sits Wilfredo Gomez, who is the super bantamweight champion and the man who will be fighting Sanchez August 21 for the featherweight title. Here we go for round number 5, scheduled for 10.
I think it's been an entertaining fight, Tom. Salvador Sanchez has kind of shown his ability, but Nico Perez is in there giving it his best.
Nico Perez has fought very well in this fight, but he's got a mouse under both eyes now. And Sanchez comes out here in round 5 looking up at the clock as if to say things have gone far enough and I've had my workout for the evening.
Well, he does need a little work in preparation. Nico Perez got hit a right hand that bothered him.
He's been nailed with a couple of solid lefts. That right hand, a flurry now as they battle away at each other. Perez landed a pretty good right hand.
Sanchez got a good right hand on the chin from Nico Perez.
Perez puffy under both eyes.
I think he's cut under on the left eye too. It's just right in the eyelid.
Yes, there's some blood showing over the left eye, Jerry. I don't know if it's in the eyelid or in the eyebrow, but we'll take a little closer look at it. The action slows a bit. Left hand double hook by Sanchez that scored. We've got 1:36 to go in the 5th round. Wild with the right and the left as Perez slips away. Sanchez very tough to hit, very elusive. The champion has made 5 successful defense of the title. Number 6 coming up. If nothing untoward happens in August. Fight is Las Vegas, and the man he'll be battling sits behind me, Wilfredo Gomez.
Nico Perez is fighting his heart out right now. I think he's just outgunned.
Sanchez looks as though there might be just a trickle of blood from his nose, but then again, I don't know. It looks like it, but it's no big thing.
I believe you're right, Tom.
Those punches were blocked by Perez. Sanchez has landed the heavier blows, left and rights that have stunned Perez, but he has not been down and he has been on the attack himself. Exchanging leather. Seconds remaining here in round number 5. 5 seconds. And the bell will bring us to the end of round 5.